Good morning. Welcome to a morning outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday, the 22nd of March. Almost became Thursday for a moment. Okay, looking at the euro dollar, and yesterday saw a good rally up on the euro dollar, seeing some consolidation around where we're sitting at the moment, but also some divergent sort of appearance. Certainly doesn't look like it's going to be able to push on too much further at the moment, but we'll see as we work through into the European session in proper. At the moment, though, well, we've got daily pivots untouched below. A breakdown, a bit more of a breakdown, may see that hit. Now, once it's hit, it gives us the opportunity to look at, or if it gets hit, it gives us the opportunity to look for where next. If it starts rallying and pushing towards these highs here, I may be looking to start getting into a long position to see if we can break through the prior highs here. We'll see how we run here, but I don't think all is good in the US, and we may see the consequences of that pushing through back in some bond buying and hence dollar buying. Okay, the pound. Pound had a really good run yesterday, pushing up into its monthly pivot. There's another box tick, so that's out of the way. I was looking at the depth of this channel and just gauging where we might get to yesterday, and it gave me sort of this move here that could push on through towards the daily 200 if it could keep the momentum. But again, here what's happened, certainly clearer than the euro move, is there's a bit of divergence running across the 4-hourly time frame at the moment. Not looking quite so convincing. If it starts breaking down this morning, it could be on for the daily pivot, which is below us at the moment. And that 34 moving average, I'll be looking to see how that does there. Any move and push back up to the upside and if it starts breaking up a bit more, and clearly perhaps looking at the smaller time frames just to see the early movement, but the trend is fine. It's just this momentum on the 4-hourly and I guess on the hourly as well. It makes it look a bit iffy at the moment. So I'll just wait this morning for a little while just to see how this pans out for both these markets. Looking at dollar yen. Dollar yen's continue to strengthen here. As I said, well, this has really followed the pound and the euro, really. It looked at one stage like it was weakening yesterday morning when I was doing the outlook, and today now it's pushed back beyond those recent lows, looking like it wants to get down to that monthly S1 possibly. There is potential we can get a continuation with this sort of move. I keep talking about the repatriation of the yen as we move towards the end of the month. There's companies that may be wanting to change from dollar back to yen for their final year end of year reports, and if they do so in any sort of numbers, we could see this strengthen even further. I'm looking at these daily price action here, and we've sort of broken. There was a trend line running across the lows just around about there, which has been broken now, and it's been quite close below it yesterday, but well, there's potential for it to close below it today, maybe again heading down towards this daily 200. Okay, Aussie dollar finding a bounce off the weekly pivot now, finally got down to that weekly pivot. Again, you can see the divergence in this yesterday, which started the move. It followed through, whereas the other markets were rallying. The Aussie dollar didn't really want to go anywhere, and sold off most of the day. Now it's caught that weekly pivot, seeing a bit of a bounce from here, and it's actually moving completely the opposite way to the other markets at the moment. But maybe it could be on back for its 21 and even push up further. It's not a currency I particularly like trading through our session though, so that will do with that. Okay, and then the Canadian dollar here. I've been struck by the weaker oil price. Let me just come back to oil first, and you see oil's been slipping off again, dropping down back down towards the sub $50, which is not particularly great for the Canadian economy. So what we're seeing here is really just a sort of a continued push up there. There was the spike down yesterday, looked pretty healthy, but spiked, as I say, pushed back up and then continued into the upside. That weaker oil caused some more of the problems. Plus the well, some dollar strength coming through in this particular case. Where to with it today, and at the moment, as well, if it carries on pushing up, it could easily be up for the hourly 200, which is not far above the R1 sort of area. I'd be watching that area, probably get some divergence into that. We'll just see how it and if it moves up to that sort of area. Any sell-off, really, I need to be seeing it sell below the 21 to be short and be looking towards the daily pivot. But well, the way it's moved yesterday, that V bottom, you do wonder if there's some more upside to happen. Okay, so news out today. There's little in the way of trading news to get in our way, really. We've got existing home sales in the US at 2 p.m. Never much of a mover. Crude oil inventories at 2:30. That certainly could give the Canadian dollar a bit of a kicker. And that's pretty much it through our session. So have a great day. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.